Hi everyone, welcome to my channel again, and welcome to the second part of my series about how traditional artists can transfer from traditional art to digital art, or at least try it. And today I have another exciting topic. I'm standing outside. I'm doing this for the first time. It's unusual. I cannot see what I look like because I have a reverse camera, and the environment around me is actually the outskirts of my home in Brno. So what am I going to talk about? About traditional art techniques used in digital space. I will talk about how to be a traditional artist and maintain your skills and techniques and use digital media. Especially I will talk about Procreate because that's my favorite app. I have tried also a tablet on a computer and also Photoshop painting, and I tried also Sketchbook and Adobe Draw. These are also good apps, but best of all of them is Procreate because it's easy, it's cheap. The only disadvantage is you have to have an iPad and preferably Apple Pencil, but the other ways are also possible for those who use PC or Androids. I will mention that too. I will talk about brushes, layers, and colors, and also everything else. The first is Procreate. You need an iPad, and Procreate is very favorite among digital artists, and it has a wide array of brushes that simulate traditional media like oils, watercolors, and pastels. It has very easy and intuitive interface, and it's especially great with Apple Pencil. The next is Adobe Fresco, which is also used on iPad and on iPhone, and it can be used also on Windows, but it's limited for Android. And it also has live brushes that mimic the behavior of real paint, including watercolors and oils. However, it can be overwhelming for beginners. Autodesk Sketchbook you can use again on iPad, Android, Windows, even on Big Mac, and it has many very good features, and it is free, but it lacks the advanced features which are found in Procreate and Adobe. ArtRage is used again on iPad, iPhone, also in Windows, but not on Android, and that's its main weakness. It is also focused on replicating the feel of traditional tools, offering oils, watercolors, and pastels, and it has also user-friendly interface, which is good for those who want to do painting. I will show you 4 different brushes. The first one will be acrylic, second one will be texture, third one will be pencil, and fourth one will be just a brush called Salamanca. This painting was painted with acrylic brush, and when you tap on the brush, you can open the adjustment tools. Here you can try it also on drawing pad. I usually don't paint or didn't paint with acrylics. I don't have much experience with it, but this was a really joyful painting. I also used single layers, which I will explain in the future, and that's part of my techniques. This next brush is a texture brush. You see the texture of the grass, and I found it in section called organic. It is called Hessian brush. You can try it also on drawing pad. So that's the brush, one of the many texture brushes I used on this painting. This very much textured painting is made of many different layers of paintings with texture brushes, including the sky with brushes called clouds and sprays and various texture brushes, everything. The next brush is called Procreate pencil, and it is actually a pencil. You can see it here. It's nice, clean, smooth. So the whole, everything which was here was Procreate pencil. Procreate pencil acts like a pencil. It's smooth, it's sharp as you want it, and you can blend it also with blending brushes. The last brush is one of the painting brushes again, and it's called Salamanca. This is what it looks like. And it was used on this abstract painting. This is abstract painting where I was just trying the brush and spending time with myself and colors, and you can see that it can be really painterly and show richness and structure of the brush. In this part, I want to show you how to work with layers in Procreate. You open your app and you set up a new canvas. You choose the size and create new canvas. Then you can choose your palette. I chose here one from my big list. I set it as default. Now it is in my color kit, and then I'm choosing the brush. The brush of my choice was in the painting section. It is called Nico Rull, and I set up the size and opacity. I chose 2 sizes and half opacity. The brush is set, so I'm starting to paint on the first layer, which is always there when you open your new canvas, and I'm creating a background layer from various colors, almost like on a canvas when a painter prepares their canvas for painting, if they want to do it this way. Once I have the colorful layer, I will duplicate it actually twice. So I have it 3 times because now it looks good and it's really colorful. Then I will merge the layers, tapping on each layer, and there will be option to merge down, 1 layer down. And I lock the layer, and I'm getting ready to paint. So you have to create another layer if you want to paint, have a background, and then paint on another layer. It means that the background will stay intact and you are painting on a layer which you can adjust and do whatever you want. So I am choosing brushes, different sizes. Those 2 sizes were not enough. I wanted something thinner to create this kind of just abstract, simple landscape. Now I have decided to lock the sketch layer and create a new layer under it so that I can start painting. Each layer which is locked will never be damaged or painted over by anything, obviously. Now I decided to paint in those sections of my landscape which are determined by the lines. And you can see I created an alpha lock in that 1 layer, and that will enable me to paint only in the painted area the paint will not go over the edges of that area. Another function in Procreate is blending. That's the hand, which functions as a blending tool, and you have the same library of brushes, and I usually use the same brush to blend what I already have, but you can use special blending brushes. I will talk about it sometime in the future. I also took off the alpha lock from the layer which I finished. I created a new layer and put it under the last layer. That has a similar effect as the alpha lock, because you can look at the layers as the layers of paint, and each is separate, so you cannot paint over each layer. You cannot paint over the layer which is below or above. You always stay on one layer, and that is a very helpful tool because you can separate various parts of your painting, adjust them, correct them, lock them, and there will be less mistakes. I like to merge my layers which are already finished when I'm certain that I will not work on them anymore, because it gives you an opportunity to create new layers, because each canvas is limited according to its size and pixels. So merging creates space for new layers and new painting adventures. So this is the result, the final painting, which is just a simple abstract doodle of a landscape which I created for the purpose of this video. I did a lot of other adjustments, and basically I used the same methods except for some filters which I'm not going to talk about, and that's it. Okay, I want to show you also the surroundings from a different angle and say goodbye after all our talk, which I will do a little bit later this afternoon. So it's crazy to say goodbye before I even finish, but that's how the videos are made. And I hope you will enjoy everything I'm going to tell you, or I have told you, because this is actually the end, and you will see me in the next part of my series, which will be about how to get over stumbling blocks and how to get inspired and to create. So happy creating. Bye bye, and see you next time.